It just doesn't stop, does it? So, Spyfall Part Dos. I mean, after the recap and the opening credits, it was about 3 minutes in. Sonic Screwdriver. It took only 3 minutes. Technically, the first couple seconds of the episode for her to whip out that damn Sonic Screwdriver. So this is just a follow-up of the story they started with the last episode. I was bored like the entire time. Not only did they have to push this whole, the master and this and that, they also shoved in not one strong whammon, but two strong whammons. We got two for the price of one because the doctor, I'm Jodie Whittaker and I'm a female and I'm the best doctor in the world. Not that's bad enough, but then we get a strong female who, obviously helped change history, but they're making it seem like, oh, none of this stuff would have happened without her. No, I'm pretty sure it would have. And then we have another strong female character. But I digress, because my thing keeps going in and out of view. Clap on. There we go. Funny how that works. But it was basically them just finishing up this whole glowy alien arc. Pretty much the end goal was to take over every human on the planet. Basically what the Master's done before, except I think they would probably end up still looking like themselves, whereas like the last time the Master did this, they all looked like John Sim, which I thought was hilarious, especially their faces start shaking and they turn into the Master and they're like wearing dresses and stuff like that. So that was pretty funny when John Sim did it because it was so out there. But that's his character. But this Master is almost like trying to imitate just this whole thing with Doctor Who right now is just imitating other things. Clap on. There you go. It's just, you got Jodie Whittaker imitating and pretending to be Matt Smith and David Tennant, and then you have the Master who is like trying to like crazy John Sim, and it's not working. It's not working at all. I do like the one thing I do like is the Master's TARDIS basically was his house. I mean, if you're gonna travel, you might as well do it in comfort. So that one, I actually thought that was pretty funny, that it was actually his TARDIS as a house. Is like, well, someone forgot to disguise it. Sticks out like a sore thumb, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm not going to really bother talking about the story because I was just kind of bored. Like I said, the whole point was for these creatures to take over the planet, kind of assimilate, like erase all their DNA, and they become like these mindless machine type things, and a few would be left behind in order to control them, and that's basic your basic master plan, right? No pun intended. Well, all pun intended. Master's plan. The Master during says something about Gallifrey being burned, saying someone did it. As soon as he mentions it, we know who did it. We know who did it just by him mentioning it. But at the end, he kind of says that he had a reason, saying that everything they were told was a lie, and about the timeless child and blah blah blah, and I just, like I said, I couldn't keep entertained. Come on, clap on. Come on. It's like it doesn't want to stay in focus. Is that better? I don't know. I don't care. It'll focus itself eventually. Yeah, this season's not off to a great start. It was like magic. So, whoop. I felt like Dumbledore, back in was it Prisoner of Azkaban, and when he with the lights, and he swishes it, and they all go out, and then he goes back and puts them all back. The lights all light up again. I felt like that, but one only remembers to turn on the light. See what I did there? I don't know. Maybe lights are doing this. Might be the light. I don't know. But I don't care anymore. Whatever. Just ignore the blurriness. I should just stay here doing this. So I really didn't like the episode. Of course, I'm giving them all a chance, hoping that one of them blows my mind and just. But I don't think that's going to happen. Wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off. Very good, Enya-san. Maybe if I do this. Got the TARDIS. It's a blanket. Christmas gift from. I really wish that there was better writing. And I said this on Twitter to Az from Heel vs. Babyface. Maybe Chibnall's like the M. Night Shyamalan of Doctor Who, that we don't know his master plan and how much of a genius he is until the very end. I doubt that's the case. I think Chibnall just is a horrible writer for Doctor Who, and the sooner the better. I mean, there were so many times during this episode where they could have died, and I was hoping every single time. I said, please kill them, except for Graham. Graham can stay alive. You're just a racist. No, Graham is the only person there who has any personality. The end of the episode, it's supposed to be this devastating moment. The Doctor goes back to Gallifrey and finds it destroyed. Nothing. She hears the message from the Master, the little hologram message, and all she does is there's no anger. Remember with Peter Capaldi, when Missy gave him the coordinates to Gallifrey, there was silence, and he just kept slamming down on the console in anger and rage. That is what I wanted to see. The rage, the hatred, the anger of going home and seeing your planet, or all their home destroyed. Not that's Jodie Whittaker is horrible as a Doctor. I don't care what anyone says. She just proved it in this episode. She can't act as a Doctor. She can't. She can't be threatening. All she does is preach. She can't do anger. Can she just degenerate back into like Peter Capaldi or something? Because he was threatening. With the Raven, with the episode with Clara dying, when he goes in and the whole you'll find it's a very small universe when I'm angry with you. The first time I heard that, I was like, oh God, I do not want to be in his way. If that's the last thing I'd want to do. But here, Jodie Whittaker, she just makes it seem like the Doctor's having tantrums. It's like she talks down to everyone like they're less than she is. But the Doctor has moments where obviously they're a Time Lord, so they know multiple languages and the history of man and this and that and time and space, but never do they really think that they have a reason to talk down to someone. Most of the time they try talking as equals, but Jodie just talks down to everyone like they're less than she is. Even with her own companions, and it's just I don't like her as a Doctor. She needs to go, and I really hope this is the last season with her, because I don't know how much more Jodie Whittaker I can handle, or Chris Chibnall. If Graham can become the Doctor, that'd be great. Let's have like a Donna Doctor, Dr. Donna moment where we have Dr. Graham, because I think he'd be a great Doctor. he kind of would be like maybe a little bit like the first Doctor, being age and this and that. But I think him, his personality kind of mixes a bunch of them. Well, there we go. There's a question. If Graham was to become like, Dr. Donna, where he gains the power of a Time Lord, even for a couple episodes, and they have to set him back, get the power out of him fast before he, explodes with knowledge, who do you think he would be more like? And it doesn't have to be the old Doctors. It could be, new Who. But yeah, anything is a better change of pace than her. No, I can't do it. And anyone who sits here and tries to say she's a good Doctor is just fooling themselves. You're just blinded by this whole, well, if I say she's a bad Doctor, then I'm just a sexist. No, you're not sexist for saying that you don't like her as a Doctor. Because I think it was a YouTube video, Michelle Gomez, I think she would have made a perfect Doctor, but she couldn't have because she had already played Missy. I think Michelle Gomez would have made an amazing Doctor. She's a female, but I think she would have been amazing. Her humor, the dialogue they give her is just, it's great. So I think Michelle Gomez would have been an amazing Doctor. So there's another question. If you could pick any female to be a Doctor instead of Jodie Whittaker, who would you pick? Like I said, for me, it would be Michelle Gomez, but she wouldn't be able to do that since she was already the Master. So that's out of the question. Maybe in the future. So any female. I mean, she doesn't have to be British or Scottish or anything. It could be any female. I mean, you could say fucking Scarlett Johansson is the Doctor. It doesn't matter. Just pick a female. Someone you think who has the traits and the values and the personality of the Doctor. So, like I said, it doesn't have to be British or Scottish. Just any female. They could be younger. Because Matt Smith was 27 when he became the Doctor. So it could be young. It could be older. Whatever you want. But I would love to know. Other than that, no. This was more of a rant about how I can't stand it anymore. Sorry. It was supposed to be a review, but anyways, thumbs up, thumbs down, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.